on Blooma's shell challenge. And of course we have Leo here as well. But yeah, so we're good. We got a lot of work to do on this shell still because I played Palia all last weekend instead of working on this. And now I only have a day left to finish it. Almost ready to be cozy. Gotta make your usual hot chocolate. Yep, gotta get that hot chocolate first. But yeah, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're hanging out. If you're building too, let me know what you're working on. I'm very curious. And we will get moved over and get started. I did a little work after I'd gotten like set up and was just waiting for the ads to finish running. Not much, just a couple little touch-ups things. But yeah, let's get going over to our build. And Leo will be officially 6 months on Sunday, actually. He'll be half a year old on Sunday. Crazy. He's grown so much since I adopted him. Yeah. Alright. Alright. But here we are at the 6 months old. He's growing so fast. He was only like this big when I brought him home, and now he's like this big, and it's crazy to me, but I love him. I'd do anything for him. So yeah, here we are at the Queen of Hearts house. And we've got, let's see, I wanted to move these ones to be silver, differentiate them from the ones inside. And I've got my cozy tea as well. This is a mug. Opal's actually got me this mug for Christmas. It says "Take It Easy" on it. So but yeah, so the things I added off stream, I added some, I finally got some gators in. Not a lot of gators, unfortunately. A lot of the times they wanted to float, and I wasn't really interested in floating gators. So we have a couple gators. We have some gators here. We've got some gators here, right by the drawbridge. I added these rain chains from Snowy Escape to kind of mimic the sort of chains that would bring up a drawbridge. Floating gators sound very scary, yeah. Like some sort of spin-off of Sharknado, and I was never even into those movies. My dad was. But yeah, so we did that. I added stairs in this little alcove by the heart, the column heart, that is. We now have stairway up, which goes into the first heart-shaped room. And we've got a door here. I actually want this. There we go. Leo, why are you chewing my buttons? Why do you do this? I need my buttons. So yeah, that goes up there. And Storyteller Whims, welcome in. So good to see you. First time chat. I'm great. How are you? Please tell me how your day was. Oh, and Happy New Year, since I haven't seen you since before the New Year. So Happy New Year. I realized also that the curtains behind our little throne room here have peeked up over this. So I figure we're probably gonna cover these up with some like garden stuff. You're doing good. Aw, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, we're just getting started and hopefully maybe finishing tonight. Fingers crossed. Because this is due Saturday morning. And I'm only halfway done. So either I'll finish it tonight on stream or I'll finish it tomorrow after I get off work off stream. Those are kind of my options. What kind of tea am I drinking? I am drinking this felt very appropriate considering our build. It's a red velvet chocolate cake build. Sorry, red velvet chocolate tea. Oh, my brain is just fried from work. It's a Republic of Tea blend, but I'm a big fan of that tea brand. Yeah. Aw, thank you, Story. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad you're here. I love to see you. Let us know if you did anything like special or if you've got something fun going this week. Love to hear about it. Let's see. All right, but all right. Let's focus. What do we want to work on? There's so much to do that, like, on builds like this especially, I end up like being like, oh, I'm gonna do a little here, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a little there, and I don't finish anything completely all at once. Hi, Kay. Welcome in. It's so good to see you. How are you? How was your day? All right, let's see. I think, what do I want? We finished the interior, and you know what? Let's do a brief tour. I don't see Bluma in the chat, and if Bluma, if you are here, look away. But we'll give a brief tour. So, of course, we have the essential drawbridge. Every good castle has a moat and a drawbridge. You're playing some Minecraft with your family. I love that. You were searching for some cozy vibes. I'm so glad that you're feeling cozy with us tonight, Story. But yeah, so we've got our drawbridge and main gate. These may look like full walls. They're not. They are just smaller than full walls, half walls. So I'm just within the rule requirements of the challenge. Oh no, Kay, I hope your cozy gets better. Maybe try it here again in a bit. And so we've got our columns. All right, let's see. Here. Do it this way. Maybe I shouldn't do it this way. Everyone's gonna get a more thorough tour with Bluma, but let's give a brief, quick tour. So of course we have a throne room living area because Queen of Hearts, of course, needs a throne room. 51% is not bad for a first cozy. Micah 49, not bad. Have you gotten your cocoa yet though? Because that might be affecting it. Yeah, Queen of Hearts, of course, needs a throne room. So we've got a throne room, and of course a portrait of her and the King of Hearts. And okay, yeah, hot chocolate is needed. Go get it and then try again. So yeah, we've got, of course, our throne room, and of course she has a bust of herself so that there is always a queen on by the throne. We have, of course, the kitchen. Again, there is a queen's bust in every room. This was part of the lore we kind of put together. Oh, you've been sick. Yes, definitely hydrate. We hope you feel better. And yeah, there's a bust of the queen in every room. Chat decided in lore last week that the queen was always watching. And so that's what we did. I might add a little bit more like cluttery, maybe some plants and stuff in this room, maybe on the table. But I'm just not focused on that right now. So I'll probably circle back there. And then of course we have the bedroom, the master bedroom. And we used a lot of Get Famous pack in this build. It's surprisingly good for this sort of thing. I will playtest everything as I usually do. We of course have the bathroom, and I put like as a pool so that I can have it look like she like bathes in wine. That was kind of the idea. This is another one that I might add a little more like cluttery type stuff to later. For now we're gonna leave it. Oh, thank you, Story. I appreciate that. I mean, my YouTube is really just like my archive for past streams, so I won't blame you if you never watch anything on there. But it's just kind of my archive at the moment. I don't have time in my life to do a lot of video editing, so even what I upload, it's never edited. But I do appreciate the YouTube subscribe, so. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. We got to do some stuff upstairs with these 3 heart rooms and this kind of the top of the castle area, and then of course the garden. And we already picked out some flamingos, because if you've ever seen the cartoon Alice in Wonderland that Disney made in, I think they did it in the 90s, and I think they did it in the live action too, but you know, she uses flamingos to play croquet. Aww, thank you, Story. You're very sweet. And so yeah, we're gonna have some flamingos in the garden because the queen uses flamingos to play croquet. And yeah, so that is where we are at right now. I'm wondering if I should put this over here, but I kind of like that it's open, almost like a carriage could like pull into it. Plenty of room. And of course, lots and lots of roses. We'll have lots and lots of roses. Pretty much gonna be like covering these walls here with the rose hedges from the Romantic Garden stuff pack. Maybe I should do that. That'll be a fairly easy thing to work on. Micah, I mean, you only lost 1%. I think you should I think it meant that you are feeding Micah. I do believe that the 48% there is in addition to your previous 49%, which means you're truly a 97% cozy. Costumes and everything in the live action Alice in Wonderland were well done. I agree. I do agree. That was actually one of the more, you know, maybe it's because it was one of their earlier remakes, live action remakes. But I do think it's been one of their better ones. No, you. You guys are sweet. Yes, yeah. The live action Alice in Wonderland was well done. Just gonna cover these walls in roses. Blooma's Shell Challenge is a particularly fun challenge for me because I am a simmer who has somehow, through very poor money making decisions, gotten all the packs in The Sims. I'm not sure if that's a badge of honor or a badge of shame that I've given EA that much of my money. But Blooma is much smarter with her money, and oh, thank you, Story. But yeah, Blooma is much smarter with her money, and she does not have all the packs, and so I am a little bit limited on which items I can and can use. I've had a few times where it's like, oh, I'm gonna use this, like from Get Together in particular. And I can't use Get Together because Blooma doesn't have Get Together. So. Hi, Leo. You back? Gonna say hi? Story, if you haven't met him yet, this is my kitty cat, Leonardo da Vinci. We call him Leo. He's 6 months old, just shy. Yeah, the romantic garden stuff is good. It's free now, and without that, I wouldn't have been able to, I would have had to think of a different idea. There we go. There we go. Now we have a nice little closed off rose garden. Yes, Leo climbs on me a lot. You'll see him like hop up and play with my wig and climb my shoulders all the time. That's what he does. He's usually near me. He'll either be in his cat tree right behind me, or in my lap, or by my feet. That's generally where Leo's at. Yeah, he's very cute. He's very sweet. Let's see. Yeah, I think my mood is having me want to work on the garden right now, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna work on the garden. I want to get this centered here. There we go. That's better. I gotta figure out how, if it's possible for us to kind of mock up a croquet. Because that would be fun. But there is no croquet in The Sims, so that might be pretty difficult. Real quick, I'm gonna add some fireflies around these hedges and stuff. Maybe even around the fountain. I do want a tea party, so maybe we should make like a gazebo first. Or, well, she never had tea in the gazebo, but I do want to do like set up like something for like a tea party, like a garden tea party. Keeping with the theme. Can't use that one. Where's the rose bush? Never thought to use fireflies outside of the pond. Well, yeah, I mean, they're not like, I mean, technically they'd still be close to the moat. They're just on the other side of the wall. And, I mean, fireflies are in forests too, so I like the fireflies. They're so pretty. I never seen, you know, the first time I saw fireflies in my life, I was 7 years old. That was the first time, and it was just magical to me. I wonder, let's see. Oh good, they come in red. I never use them in the other colors. I'm always using them in white. So I forget that there are other colors. Let's see. Maybe we should put the tea party over here and then maybe try and see if we can make kind of a mock croquet over here. I might have to look in debug to achieve that. We could use the yarn balls in place of, no wait, she doesn't have the knitting stuff pack, I don't think. Let's put together like a tea party. Let's see. I'm just gonna search tea, see what all shows up. We're gonna need a fancy. There's the royalty set. We'll want that one. Because she's royal. Ooh, but this one has more cups. But it's much plainer. This one comes in gold, so I think we're gonna do that one. We might use the other teapot somewhere else. And then, thankfully, this is a base game. Can't use that. Okay. We need a table. A table fit for a queen. Well, there's this one. Let's see. And thankfully, this is base game, even though the Fleur d'Iron garden chair is not. So we need something else. only thing we have is like this, which is not fancy enough in my book. Let's see. Oh, maybe I should use... Where did you... There we go. There. Ha! I merged them. I merged both the romantic garden fountains into one. Just make sure it's centered on the archway. Is that centered? That looks pretty centered. Okay. What about... Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Okay. So chair options. We have this, which we're not the or at least I'm not the most excited about. It is base game. Could make it darker at least. I really wish I could use this chair, but I can't. It's alright. It's alright. Let's look at the regular dining chairs, because we can use those outdoors, too. Aw, thank you, Story. Oh, hey! Well, that's a little better. That one's a little better. And that is also base game. Oh, I think there. Shoot. There. There we go. Need more flowers. I'm gonna look up rose, just see what pops up. Okay, some more romantic garden stuff. Of course. How was my New Year's? It was pretty good. Yeah, not a whole lot. Extra trellis. Here. I'm gonna double side this. Not the button I wanted. This is the button I wanted. Why is there not a red rose? What do we think? Should we go darker wood with lighter pink or lighter wood with darker pink. You spent years cozy in bed, but stayed up to see the ball drop. That's cool. Oh, hi, Claudia. Welcome in. How are you? You're good. Your dad got his car. Congrats. Good for... I'm so happy for you. And your dad. Going to Lurk, CC shopping. That is absolutely fair. Enjoy your CC shopping and let us know if you find anything particularly good. Thank you for the Lurk. Let's see. I wish I could have these in red. Should I do it as the trellis or should I just make more hedges? Maybe I should do more hedges instead. Some big rose bushes. Oh, we should stick a wild rabbit home somewhere. I'm gonna stick... Maybe we'll stick it over here, just outside the castle. We'll stick a wild rabbit home. And let's stick a proper tree over it. Let's see. Ooh, there's the bramblewood tree. We should definitely use this because it is very, like, whimsical. I'm gonna put it in this corner. It doesn't come in any other colors. But yeah, we need that whimsy. Now I'm thinking I should move the tea party to be over by the whimsy tree. What do you guys think? Let's look. Yes, yes they do. And this is base game, by the way. This one. Bramblewood's Delightful Tree. It's base game. Alright, yeah. We'll have the tea party near the tree, then. Yeah, it's base game. That is a base game tree. And you don't even have to open debug to find it. It's just there. And it even provides well, I think all the trees do that, but yeah, environment game and eco footprint gain if you've got the eco lifestyle pack, which is on sale right now. I noticed when I was booting up. Not advertising, just saying. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We will use that. It only comes in one color. I mean, most of the trees only come in one color, but yeah. You can't change the color of any of this. Tea party. On this week's episode of Micah is shook over a base game item. I'm gonna make these rose bushes bigger. We want massive roses. Let's do some terrain painting. That's what I feel like right now. We're gonna move over to do some terrain painting or get some paver. Nothing. I think I need, let's see. bb.show, is it hidden objects or object? Singular or plural? Hidden. Is hidden 2Ds? I think it is. No, I already have move objects on. I was looking for to show debug. Kay, thank you for redeeming the hydrate or dihydrate. Yes, I will hydrate. What is the cheat to show debug? I can never remember it. I'll look it up. Okay, so should be bb.show capital H capital O hidden objects. Maybe it is working and it's just not like showing me something. So let's try looking for pavers again. Still not getting any results, but let's look debug. All right, so we do have debug. Staticky noise. Let me know if it has gone away or doesn't show back up. Let's see. I wonder. Let's see. Edit filters. Already have noise suppression. Okay, how about now? Is it good? Can you? Well, is there any spraying? Let me know. I've only been about a month kind of adjusting. I changed a while back. Now voice is copy. Okay. All right. Okay. Okie dokie. I didn't have it the other day. Huh, that's weird. I wonder, like yesterday or Tuesday? Can you differentiate? Because one of them I had Spotify on and one of them I didn't. I can always try and go back into my videos on demand and see if I can see a difference in those and maybe try troubleshooting, see if there's I'll probably have to do that after stream, but let's see. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look at. Would it be under carpet? Can't use those pavers. Maybe under rocks? Doesn't give me much. Miscellaneous. Decorations. I think it was yesterday was good. Don't remember Tuesday. That's fair. If we continue to have issues with Spotify causing static, if we figure out if that's it's not a consistent static, only random. All right. Well, I will look into that this weekend. See if I can figure out what's up there. Okay, I think we're gonna go back to terrain paint. Oh, can't use that one. Can't use that one. Leo, behave. All right. Jeez, Leo. Be a good kitty. Hmm. Yeah, finding the right amount of curve is tricky. Like, you want it to be like smooth, not like sharp enough that it feels more like an angle than a curve. Tricky business indeed. We need some mud in honor of Bluma. Mud, 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 mud. Leo. Can you not, sir? Mud, yeah. Gotta do mud for Bluma, you know? I wish there was some base game ivy that I could put on these walls. But there is not. Garden is coming along. Alright. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's happens to be a gnome with a striped shirt. There is this one, so we could mock these up, make them a little bigger, and mock this gnome up as Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I needed a striped shirt, though. They always have striped shirts in every version. So we got Tweedledee. And I know it's the poolside gnome, but, you know, whatever. Just ignore the inner tube. Just pretend they're being silly. Make them a little bigger. There we go. And Tweedledum. There we go. And then I'm gonna look at rabbit stuff again. Oh my gosh, I can actually, like, stick a white wild rabbit over here. Ha ha ha. There's our rabbit. Hello. I'll stick a little, size it down. Is his hat black or blue? Wonder. There we go. I don't know if he'll stay like that or if he'll move around and leave a floating hat, but in build mode, at least, we've got him. I think his hat was blue, wasn't it? But the blue one has like snowflakes on it. So is the white one or the black one are kind of our options for a solid color. I think I'm leaning towards the black one. It's a little more classic. So there, rabbit with a top hat. There we go. Because that's seasons. She has seasons. And she has cottage living. So we can do both those. Little details. Little Easter eggs. I need a tree over here. That's what I originally was doing when I found the bramblewood trees. I was looking for a tree to go right here. So there's the mesquite. That looks a little tropical. She does have snowy escape, but... Well, since she has snowy escape, maybe we need a red tree in the garden. There we go. And... looking again... Does she have cats and dogs? Yeah, she has cats and dogs. So we could put a maple tree. Or... I know there's an oak tree. Here's the oak tree. There we go. Oak tree. I line it up. It's like it grew out of the stump. So if I put it fully, then you're gonna lose out on... I might be able to do it this way. Because I can't put it fully over the stump, unfortunately. I wonder, though... Oh, there we go. Now we made our own tree. Probably should add some mud over here. And some wildflowers. Okay. Hopefully these all translate well onto the lot and we don't lose anything. What about some topiary? I seem to remember the movies showing her with some topiaries. It's too bad there's not one that's heart-shaped. We'll stick a llama topiary though. Maybe. Or maybe the lollipop topiary. Gives it, it's fairly whimsical. Oh, thank you, Micah. Oopsies. Not me knocking over my own speaker. Let's get some... There we go. They gave us a base game P-Bush? Win. do it like this, it's almost like it's like covered in ivy, like a flowering, crawling plant. They're both leaning that way though. Shocked again. Aw, thank you, Micah. Oh, I guess I need a mailbox for here. Should do that before I forget completely about it. Got this one with the red. Aw, thank you, Story. How's the CC shopping going? Look, Story, we got a rabbit with a top hat. It's the rabbit. He's white and everything. I'm pretty proud of that detail. In particular. Not gonna lie. Went good, just got a couple items. Nice, nice. Maybe I should do these. Not the neatest hedges, but they are hedges. This is kind of fun because for the most part, it's taking me back to my my base game building days for landscaping, but with much more knowledge than I had the last time I did that. So maybe not that one. Oopsies. In some ways, the rose hedges are a bit of a security measure just because roses have thorns. One of the reasons I'm glad I did the moat, it reduces the number of squares I have to worry about landscaping. When in doubt, put in a moat, a pond, something. Something with water so you don't have to add plants to it necessarily. Hmm. Hmm. Cool, cool, cool. All right. If you're watching with me, unshrimp yourselves. Take a stretch with me. Your back, your arms, your shoulders, your fingers. We got more place for mud here. Mud, 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 mud. Mud, 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 mud. Mud, mud. Mud, 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 mud. Mud, 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 mud. I want another flamingo right here. Right there. Might need another bush or tree or something right here. Maybe another one of these big bushes. I wish it was more circular rather than oval, though. Of course, we got Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here by the tea party table. Let's see. So I gotta figure out something for this area. It's a little blank. Maybe at least a bench. Let's look at the romantic garden items. I know there's good stuff there. Hacks. I like the beat on this one. This song. There it is, romantic garden. There is the wishing well. We could add the wishing well. Seems a little redundant right next to the fountain, though. Ooh, hey, we should add these. Dory, thank you for redeeming hydrate or dihydrate. Choose hydrate. Got this gal too. Which could be another statue of Her Majesty the Queen. What do you think? Arch in front of the drawbridge, no arch in front of the drawbridge. Are we floating a little? No? No, we're not. Okay. You drink so much water, I always remind people to hydrate. I appreciate it, Story. I appreciate you looking out for me. I like it better without, I think. Hmm. Let's see here. Oh, we could add these path lights. See how that looks. That's nice. I've used almost every item in the romantic garden pack in this one build. Let's see. Landscaping's feeling pretty good. I'm probably gonna leave, like, honestly, like, nothing in this back area around here that I've got kind of hedged off. They're not gonna walk over there. There's nothing really interesting over there, so I'm probably not gonna do any landscaping in that little section. Still feel like I kind of need something. Maybe a bench. Maybe that's what I need, is I need a bench by the fountain. This one. maybe one more tree. Maybe we'll do another hawthorn tree. We've already used one, so then we just put another over here. Yeah, now it feels like it's complete. With the exception of a little bit of mud. Mud. Alright, you're gonna go to bed soon, but glad you were able to hear. Have a good night. Thank you, Story. I hope you have a wonderful night, too. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. It was really good to see you. Sweet dreams. I wonder what'll happen if I search hat. Checking that, yes, she does. Let's see, where is that shell? Here it is. Oh, she does have Jungle Adventure. Let's see. Yeah, Snowy Escape. Okay. Lantern. Speaking of which, I should probably do some ceilings. No, I said speaking of which even though I wasn't speaking, but what I really meant is that I got to do ceilings because I was thinking about ceilings because I was putting these lanterns in these little alcove areas. I'm thinking like a black wood ceiling probably throughout. Just keep it nice and dark and moody. Wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. You're what I wanted. Oh, we should probably do some sort of like candle or light here. Like a wall mounted. Candle would make the most sense. Or maybe like this barnyard type light. This is going to be an expensive build, if only because of the number of suits of armor it has. Like, at least half the cost is probably just in suits of armor. Queen has to be secured, exactly. Yeah, she's got to have her protection. I'm in love with the Tweedledee and Tweedledum thing. I'm so glad I did that. It makes me happy. This whole build honestly makes me quite happy. It's so whimsical and fun. And now I kind of want to play as the Queen of Hearts. What traits would the Queen of Hearts have as a sim? Obviously, she'd be a hothead. But what do you think her other two traits would be? Snob? Yeah, probably. Hot-headed, snob. Self-absorbed, maybe? From the high school? No, wait. Self-absorbed is from Get Famous, I think. Alright, I need something to cover these up. Need plants. Plants. But it has to be a sophisticated planter. There are these. Do they come in red? They're pink. Thank you for the lurk, Amaryllis. It's good to see you. What can maybe I can just cover them up with benches. If it's the right bench. I think it was Romantic Garden. Please have been a Romantic Garden. Yes, this bench. And cover these up with just like a line of benches. Not suspicious at all. Is it a bad idea? Is it a bad idea? I mean, the knights need somewhere to kind of like hang out, right? I don't know. If we turn them all black. Looks good, actually. Okay, cool. I was worried I was making a terrible mistake there for a second. There. Little bench seat vibe. Only minor glitching. Go. Lined up better. Darker swatch made a big difference. Yes, I agree. Turning them into the black benches. And then I think I still need to put a trash can somewhere. Hold on. We're gonna hide a trash can in the bushes. We can hide it back here. We can hide the trash can back here in this little corner. Boom. Trash can. There. What would the queen use this area for? Should we make one of the hearts into like a prison cell? Because wasn't Alice kept in like a tower briefly in the story? I'm a little fuzzy on the details. It has been a while for me since I last watched it. Nard Villain, welcome in. First chatter, how are you? You're great. I'm glad to hear it. I am doing well. I'm enjoying building and being cozy with friends. We are working on Late Blooma's shell challenge, her 666 follower shell challenge. It's due Saturday. And by Saturday, I do mean the day after tomorrow. So I am running out of time, but we are actually making really, really good progress. We just got to finish up any like little cluttery details in these 3 rooms. One of them is kind of like half used just for the stairway, so I mean it might just be a stairway room, to be honest. There might not be much more to it than that. One of them I would love to make into like the Mad Hatter's studio, because like in the live action movie, like he was working for the Queen of Hearts. But I don't know that we have the Sims items that I would need to do that, to accomplish that. So another thought for one of these rooms is to make one like a prison cell for Alice. Because yeah, we are making the Queen of Hearts castle. That is what we are working on. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Nard. Oh, and thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so that is what we've been working on. And we've got a couple little details that we've thrown in to relate to the story. We've got a little rabbit with a top hat over here by this tree stump. Of course, we have all the knights. We made an extra heart on there. And then, like in the garden, we have flamingos because the queen plays croquet with flamingos. Oh, I'm sure you're better than you think you are, Nard. So we've got flamingos, and then I used these base game gnomes that have the striped shirt, and I just imagine them as Tweedledee and Tweedledum by the little... Yeah, feel free to give it a try. Like I said, I mean, it is, Blooma's doing the tours on Saturday, this Saturday, so feel free to, like, open it up, but yeah. She said it might take her more than one stream to get through the tours, though, so you might have a little bit of leeway for that. And but yeah, that is where we are at in the build. I'll give a brief look inside for you. So the first room is, of course, the throne room / living room area for the queen. And of course we have the dining area, which needs a little bit of cluttery stuff in to finish it off. And then we have the master bedroom. And the master bathroom. And I did a pool with like purpley red water because I imagine that the queen bathes in wine. Yeah, it is a funky shape. It is 3 6s and 3 hearts. And you can puzzle piece them however you want. All the rules are on the gallery posting. So yeah, it is fun. It is a interesting shape. It didn't take me that long to figure out my configuration, though. I'll give it that. Okay. Let's figure out what we're gonna do with these rooms. I think this one's just gonna be like stone walls. Maybe even like the same stone as the outside. Like this is just like the way they get up and down. I don't think the queen necessarily goes up here very often. But like I said, I mean, I would love to make one of these into the Hatter's Studios and one of these into like Alice's prison cell, but I'm not sure that I'm actually going to be able to do that. At least for the Hatter's bit. Like, I might try. It might be a little redundant, the items that I use, but we might give it a try. See if we can make it happen. There we go. Because that's what I would really like to have, so maybe we'll try and do it anyway, even though it might not work perfectly as I have it envisioned in my head. Let's see. What's your favorite thing to do? Build, cast, gameplay? I do a little bit of everything. I do Sims gameplay on Tuesdays. Thursdays are my building days. And I mean, I don't tend to make Sims just to make Sims. So I would say Cass is probably the lowest. Just because of that. Because I don't just spend time in Cass and then not do anything with the Sims. I like decorating my Sims, but the Sims that I'm playing with, if that makes sense. Aw, thank you, Nard. Our gameplay stream is currently doing my foster to adopt challenge that I made. I can so you can think of it as like the more wholesome version of the 100 baby challenge. All the kids are adopted, not born necessarily. And they're but yeah, and they're not always infants, thankfully. But yeah, I've got all the rules on my Tumblr. So if you wanted to check it out. And let's see. Enough? No. I don't think that's gonna be enough room. Alright. Put that there. We'll just make this like a little half bath for the knights. This is the knights' loo, so to speak. This is where they can do their business. They're not going to get a very fancy loo. Certainly no golden toilet like the queen. Let's see. Basic. Here we go. That's a little less space I have to deal with. Forgot about this wedding pillar thing. It's not quite what we need, though. Okay, maybe we can use this in the Hatter's studio, because it's got a hat on it. Maybe he uses it like a mannequin. It even comes with hats in different colors. I might be able to use this. I can just hide the statue part. We might be on to something. It's even base game. How about that? Alright, let's see. Maybe there's like a cabinet. Or a dresser would even work. Possibly. Oh, hey. Well, that doesn't cover them, their faces. Love to get them it up to, let's see. That's pretty close. And it's got like a bunch of fabrics like he would use. I do not use tool mod. I only use BB move objects. So far. I might get tool mod later. My friends are trying to convince me, convert me to that. There, that works pretty well. A little slightly glitchy. And Nard, thank you for redeeming Save the Game. Micah giving me the side eye over there. Yeah, okay, that looks good. So now he's got like a stack of hats. I want to change these to black, though. There we go. And see, it holds like tons of fabric, so you can imagine like those are fabrics that he's using to make the hats. Let's see. Mad Hatter is of course mad, so that means we get to go a little fun with colors and such. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Micah. Use the old base game statue with a top hat. This would be a good. I will make my dream of a Mad Hatter studio come true. Yes, manifest it. That's right. We're gonna manifest this. We're gonna somehow find what we need to make a Mad Hatter studio happen. Of course, we're gonna need a table with a teapot in it because the Mad Hatter, of course, with tea. We've also got these hats, which we could use. Maybe. I've seen a trick to this. So hold on, let me go back to shelves. Surfaces, shelves. It doesn't work. Yeah, I've only been streaming for just over a month now. It's been good, you know. I've been friends with a good number of people in chat and stuff. Oh, thank you, Nard. That's so sweet. But yeah, it's been good. I feel very, very blessed by the support and friendships I have on Twitch. And it's just been really great to yes, the community is amazing. And it's just been really great to hang out and meet people who like the same sort of games as I do and talk about it. And yeah, it's just been really good. None of my real life friends that I live near play The Sims, so I'm kind of alone. I'm a little island where I live as far as Sims talk goes. So Twitch has been a nice outlet for that, for me to play and stuff. And it's also kind of like scheduled recreation time for me around my job. So now I have all my friends all saying dag dag and don't even know what it means. That's pretty funny. Okay. Alright, this one's not wanting to cooperate. Come on. Alright. Maybe what we really need... It's times like this that I wish I used tool mod. It's even called the rabbit's hat. How about that? It was meant to be. All right. We're going to figure this out. I know I have debug. Maybe we should search through debug. See what we can find. See if we can find anything that's like hat or spools. We don't need debug, baby. We do not need debug, baby. I am not fresh pick. Let's see. What else can we use? There's a purse. I believe this is Agatha's purse, actually. Or is that her name? The one who's like constantly angry. A purse might not be a bad idea. Oh, hey, there we go. Agnes! Not Agatha. Agnes. Agnes Crumplebottom, I think. I haven't played in Hinford on Bagley for a little while. So. Ooh, debug teapots. Nice. Debug cake. Will it work? Ooh, oh, but that's wedding. That's wedding. Can't use that. Can't use that. Yeah, she does have some interesting lore. That is true. Let's see. What else we can find? That didn't give me very much. Shoot. Okay. That's not a bad debug item. Let's grab a little tea table for him. Maybe this base game one that has the tablecloth. Is there any fun patterns? There's some bright colors. And then mismatched chairs, probably. Those don't quite fit the vibe. Oopsies. Okay, fix that. This has a rabbit on it. We're gonna stick this as clutter. And then we've got this teapot. Is there any fun patterns or anything on this? Oh, this one's got mushrooms. Let's use that one. This one is a full tea set though, so maybe there. Let's look at some wallpaper. Maybe we should stick a small cot in here. She has Realm of Magic, so we could use this one. Find a fun rug. Rug. Yo. Come on up. Here you go. And Nard, you haven't met him yet, so here is my kitty cat. This is Leonardo da Vinci, also known as Leo. He's almost 6 months old. And he's our mascot. Yes, he's still a little baby. But you'll see him climb over me. Oh, quite a lot on stream. He's demanding pets at the moment, so we'll take a brief pet break. Alright, there we go. Which rug? Which rug? She does have this pack, so we could use the Salvadorian rug. Make it a little smaller. A little psychedelic. Let's look for some wall decor, maybe. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Wonder if there's something we can pull off the gallery. Okay. Looking under rooms, because I'm looking for wall decorations. There's this, but that's literally just pictures of the same... Huh. Maybe Alice? Alice in Wonderland? Okay, alright, we can work with this. Oh, I need a light here before I forget. I should give him a desk too to work at to make his hats. Okay, desk. This. Oh, I needed this. Desk. All right, desk, desk, desk. Well, there's the Realm of Magic desk. That might be the best option. Whoa! Sorry about that. Knocked my microphone down. All right. All right, I think we need a plant now. This is what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Look at clutter. See what else we can find. There we go. Okay. I think that's the best we can do for the Hatter Studio as things are. with what we have available to us. So we're gonna move on. That leaves us with just what I was mentioning as Alice's prison cell. I think she was held in a tower. Maybe I'm imagining it. You know, let me know. There's nothing I can use as a Jabberwocky, unfortunately. Did the Queen of Hearts imprison Alice? Yes, Alice was imprisoned on the roof. Technically in a cage, so this isn't quite the same, but we'll roll with it. Let's see. What's some... Well, she won't get any curtains. Prisoners don't get curtains. Prisoners do not get curtains. Prison cells usually have something of like a cot or something to that effect. It's not necessarily a nice cot. We'll just do kind of the most basic of basic cot. Let's see if we can get a little inspiration. Oh, heck. Speaking of which, I should look for a crown. Sidetrack. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good crown. Okay. Oh, hey, don't we... Well, City Living, I think. Or Get Famous, both of which Bluma has. So, I can use these. Let's see, is this the right size? That is the right size. So, bars over the windows. I feel like that one didn't change color correctly. It did not. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alice imprisoned. Oh, it's Get to Work. Shoot. It is not Get Famous or... Oh, wrong one. I cannot use these after all. Okay. Alright, let's see. Alright, I found some versions of the old... Let's see. Mad Hatter was imprisoned for a little bit, too. Hmm. Oh, can't use that. Can't use that. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, hey. I'm gonna download that for my personal use later. Thank you, Babeth Pasture. Okay. I just don't know what else to do in a prison cell. It's a prison cell. The only reason I added the poster um of the cat is just kind of so that there's a reference to the Cheshire Cat in this build. Maybe I should use this one instead. Then it's more like she's being visited by the Cheshire Cat. I think I will come over here. So one thing I want to change real quick. There we go. Hmm. Decorations. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Oh, hey, cat pumpkin. No, it's not Halloween anymore, but Cheshire Cat reference, right? Oh, wait. Bluma doesn't have that pack. Oh, hey, this is Get Famous. We can use this to put bars on the window. It's not quite the same as, like, metal, but we'll take what we can get. Okay. Hmm. She almost looks like Alice. Alright. Well, I think this whole build is basically done at this point. There might be a couple cluttery items I add tomorrow before I play test and upload it. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with it as it is. And I think I'll get off here and de-stream. Do I even... Let's see. I've got a bit of a headache coming on, so I don't really feel up to raiding today. So I think I'm just gonna end stream and get some ibuprofen so I can try and combat this before it turns into a migraine. And but I hope you all had a fun time hanging out with me. I know I did. I had a fun time hanging out with you guys. And working on this build. I'm excited to upload it, excited to see Bluma tour it and on Saturday. And yeah, like I said, I mean, it's pretty much complete at this point. The only, like I said, I might add a couple cluttery items in when I get off work tomorrow. But other than that, it's pretty much done. It's gonna stay exactly as you see it. And yeah, and I will be getting off stream. I'm pretty happy with this build. It's just a fun build, very whimsical, and yeah, I might add a little bit around the outside, but I mean, tops of castles are not traditionally all that cluttered, so I'm not too worried about leaving it a little blank. And but yeah, this will be bye for now. My next stream will be on Tuesday, next Tuesday. And I'll be doing Sims gameplay. And if that sounds fun to you, I'd love to hang out with you guys again. But if not, I'm sure I'll see you guys around the internet. And thanks again for hanging out with me. And I love you all. Mwah.